family, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your lady Timitress underscore Messi. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button and share my videos. Today I am here to tell you about the story about the journey of my life. I am here to tell the experience that I have experienced in this journey of my life. Firstly, I was a Christian, a very devoted Christian, a full-time Christian. And then there it happens in my life that I faced financial crisis. During the financial crisis, the suffering and all those things, I lack prayer. I was no longer a woman that she was praying. I was no longer attending the services. I became so weak in my prayer. I became so weak in all those areas. You know, family, that when you are financially troubled, regardless of the situation surrounding you, you won't be able to cope right. Your stress, you become stressful, and then you end up not knowing what to do because it seems like, or you feel like your prayers are not heard. God does not hear your prayers. As much as I have been praying, fasting, and trying everything that I could, so then whatever that is going on in my life, I can overcome it. But family, I didn't overcome it. As time goes by, I came across more drainage, emotionally, financially, physically, and then I started seeing as if like God is not there. And it was a question, does God there? Is God there? Is God really hearing my prayers? Because I was just a single mother with two kids, with my kids attending private schools. To a point, I've had to lose my house and I have to go and stay in one room, trying to figure out how I can get back on my feet. But as life goes on, it seems to be, it was like it's getting worse by day, and I'm here now in debt, and I didn't know what to do, who to ask. Remember that I was a single mother. I'm just a single mother eventually. And then for me, I didn't have anyone to come and help me. I didn't have a helper. I'm just me and my kids. I cannot talk about the family because family is something else that I will talk about it some other days, as I'm going to upload more videos to tell my story, the journey of my life. So it gets to a point where I'm unable to actually raise even money for rent, for the food, and my kids are owing at school. So it was difficult. It was difficult. But one thing for sure that I was not doing, I was just trying to be in prayer, praying, even though there was no light in my prayers, up until I had this partner of mine that was believing in cultural things. I don't know, should I call that cultural things and stuff like that. Okay, before I can continue, family, I'm born as a child who sees, like I could see, I have dreams, that those dreams, they become reality and all that. I could see what is gonna happen in the next 2 days, a week or so. And then yes, what I can say is like I can prophesy. I don't want to dwell on that. So my partner said, you know what, with the situation that you are going through, I think there must be something that really going on. And then, but I didn't believe in going to consult some prophecy or inyanga, traditional healers and stuff. For those things, I didn't like them. But then at some point, as time goes by, I think I I enjoyed that suffering for about 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Well, let me say 4 years. Like, so there it comes a time where I was dreaming things that actually they were related to obongoma, traditional things, to a point that I had to dream of my ex giving me those things. And with people, it's like there were a lot of noises. People, they were like, it's like there were people coming, chasing after me, telling me that you must answer your calling, you must answer your calling, of which at that time I didn't know, because I wanted to go back to the church that my family, they are attending. It's a, I don't know, spiritual church. I don't know what do we call it. The church that whereby they say they will help you to, like, to see as maybe you have a gift, and then they open up, I don't know, your chest and whatnot, so then you can prophesy rightfully. So I think I can put it that way. So I tried to go to the church, and then when I get to the church, the prophecy was like, you need to work for God. Okay, working for God meaning that I have to go back to attend that church again, as I was baptized in that church. But I decided, as I grow, and I didn't have a kind of relationship, because I needed to understand who God is and how do I connect with God, because it's about praying, but actually I needed to know God. That's when I decided to leave the church and go to a Christian church where they read Bible, where I know when I pray alone or read Bible alone, I will feel connection with the high, the most high. So I left the church. So that's when I faced the problems, I went back to the church, and thinking that my problems will be solved, because now I'm in a dilemma of finances. And here I am, I have kids, they're at school. Some days they have been chased at school because it was a private school. So I need to find a way to make it happen and go back to the life that I'm used to live, so then I can provide as a mother for my kids, so then I can be able to do basic things, rent, food, schooling, clothing, and all that, daily lives. When I get to the church, and then I was told that God wants me to work with his people, because I need to heal people. Okay, fine, but then actually I'm not ready. My God's, I'm not in that mind of going back to that church, because firstly I know why I left the church. Secondly, okay, fine, now I'm confused to that if God wants me to do this. In that previous church where I was a Christian, I was serving God. I was doing what I don't know if I thought or it was what God wanted, because yes, I was praying for people. I was a servant of God. I was praying for people. I was like doing whatever that I have to do as a servant in the church. But now, what really God wants, that was the question that I didn't know who will give me the answer until I had that kind of dream. Okay, fine. What I did is like, okay, kilek is like after backsliding and going back to the church and becoming a new member. But then during that time, we have this thing that they put on here to show that you are a member of that certain church, of which normally they say if someone is a returning, someone she or he is returning to church, they normally give that person that badge. But then on that day, it was not there. Actually, I could say nothing was just moving, nothing was just happening. So eventually, okay, there was a time, what you call kopano and stuff. I couldn't manage to go there. There was no money. I asked someone, you know what, you can just buy me the badge. So then I needed to focus. I needed to be a member, full-time member, a focused one, and do right, because now I want to fix my life. I want to fix my financial life. So nothing worked out up until I came up with the dream. The dream, it was showing this whole thing, what do you call it, the cloth that has animal sun and all that those clothes that the people from Obongoma kingdom, they wear most of the time to show that who are they. But then I remember waking up and like I was crying and I was like, God, I don't know what to do. And my daughter, like, she was like, Mama, why you are crying? I'm like, I'm tired, because actually I don't know like which direction must I take, or which one is right. I dreamed, now I'm explaining my dream to her. At that time she was around 21st, 21. I'm explaining my dream to her. This is what I've dreamed, and I don't know, because now I've dreamed of my ex. She knows my ex. They were close, and she's the only ex that I was with. They were close, and they said, yeah, he was part of those people that they say, answer your calling. And there he is like he's the one that was helping me, or should help me, to consider my calling or do right by my calling. It's like he's the one that he's taking responsibility. And that's what makes me angry and sad, because at that time we are no longer together. I don't want anything to do with that person. So in that regard, I had to just let it go, let it slide, and move on. But then during that time, as I tried to move on, apparently my daughter contacted him and told him that it's been a while not seeing you, and there comes a problem, because now my mother had this kind of a dream that you were part of it, and now it's like you have to be there to help out her for whatever that it is. And then partly, or good shot, I don't know, that gave him an opportunity to come and speak to me, and then ask me about what he had and what it could be in that regard. And then he said to me, asked me that, you know what, we will come and sit down and talk about it. Then I guess, yeah, because I'm devastated, I'm confused, I'm lost, I need help, a desperate moment. Then he came and then he told me, you know what, I think me too, he was talking about himself, that he also went to different kind of people. They told him about me, that he needs to be part of my life, and then so then he can help me for my calling. And yeah, but then okay, days goes by. When days goes by, now the dreams are getting worse. I'm now dreaming those kind of things, either or when I wake up, I could go outside. As a suburb, there's no place that I could say it has kind of bushes or what. No, it's a suburb whereby I will go outside. When I come back by the door, where I have to enter the door from my room where I was staying, I'll find a skin of a snake. Okay, first day it was like, okay, fine, let go of this, because I don't know. Day or two passes, then another day, the skin of the snake at the same place. Now this one, it shows it's still new and fresh, but bigger than the one that I saw 2 days back. So here I am. The dreams I'm dreaming, a lot of scary things. I will dream things, but that, you know, when you say you were called in that department, they will have to show you such things, and see people or dead people, or they will come, one of your family member coming. At times those kind of dreams, sometimes I couldn't understand, but what triggered me and bothered me mostly, it was that skin of the snake. That was because I think it appeared more than 4 times, with days like it will be a day without it between, and then maybe or 2, and then on the 3rd day there will be another skin of a snake, and the bigger one this time around, and it also looks fresh. Up until I called the owner or caretaker of the place and say, you know what, I think here there is a snake, because this is what I see. I literally took that skin of the snake and put it away, so then when they come, they can see what's going on with that snake. So I did that, and then that guy came with his friend, and they were like, yo, this snake, it must be huge, because yeah, what do we do now? Do we have to call these people, what do you call them, the ones that are dealing with the snake whatnot, so then they can come? And then unfortunately they say it's a money for them to come. More especially, we don't know where is it, not unless we have seen where is it. Now we didn't see where is it, and it was just something that we couldn't continue doing it or contacting those people. And then now I had to live with it. And then I told my ex, you know what, this is what I had. Okay, it was something that I once posted on my WhatsApp status. One of the ladies on my contact, she was like, you know what, those things, that snake that you're looking for, you'll never find it, and you'll never see it with your naked eyes. What you have to do is like, I can see that you are a person, that you are called, you have a gift. So then you need to follow your gift, you need to answer your calling. Okay, like in which way? And she explained in that way, but still now it's starting to worry me, because like, how will I do this whole thing? One day I was sleeping around 1 a.m., whereby my pots were on the table or on the stove. They were clean, because you will wash the pots. I wash the pots, and then with the lid, I don't put it like when I'm putting it when I cook. I putting like the lid must look up, but on top of the pot. Then it comes around something 5 to 1 midnight, and then I had that big pot falling down. When it fell, it was boom, like, something when it's falling, and especially in a quiet place, like. And then I got scared out of my sleep, and I saw the pot. The pot was just, it didn't fall down and roll at some point, but it just like pull at the same time on top of the lid. Nothing was separated. It was in one place. That made me come to my shock and surprise. I was even scared. Why this kind of thing? Because this pot eventually was supposed to roll, or the lid was supposed to roll and go away as it fell from, but nothing actually. It didn't make sense. It didn't really make sense. I was confused, scared, and do I have something in my room or what? So it was a question that I didn't even know who will answer, because whatever that I will try to explain to someone wouldn't understand. It's only me that I've seen it. It's only me that I could tell someone, but even myself, I can't explain how it did happen, and why it, when, if something was falling from from top, why it didn't roll as it was empty, but it just stayed like stable like that. And the pot on top of the lid, like someone who came and just put it like this. And so here I am, I'm telling my ex, yo, you can't believe what I've seen. I explained everything, the dream to him. And then he said, you know what? I think your case now is getting worse. Your situation is getting worse. And nothing is moving in my life, family. Nothing. Like, I can't even touch a single money. Like, hunger strikes in the house. My kids sometimes will go to bed with Zimba, with no food. Nothing. Like, nothing. Literally nothing. To a point whereby I didn't even know who to contact. And remember, I don't want the ex. Okay, then yeah, I could ask, but I didn't want him to take that responsibility, because once he takes that responsibility, he's going to take advantage of me. He's going to take advantage of me being with him, of which is something that I don't want to do. Finally, he asked me that, you know what, I think we need to go and check some lady. I know she's a traditional healer. I've known her for many years, because her husband, that of which he has passed on, was his friend. Okay, fine, I don't have money, so what? And he said, you know what, I will go there, because I also don't have money, because I guess even himself, he was going through financial difficulties. So We went there. When we got there, the lady, she has with her trainees, amatwasa, like her trainees, the one that they are in initiation. She was initiating the others. So yeah, and then she asked them to take the bones, amathambo, ditawula, and throw them, so then they can check what's going on. Here they are. They're telling me that they have seen everything. Remember, family, when we get there, as much as you are desperate for help and scared, vulnerable, confused, somehow, you get there, but you'll explain, this is what I have experienced, this is what I have dreamed, this is what is happening. But we want them for sure that these people, they trigger us with, they tell you when they throw those bones, they tell you about what you just told them. But at that time, because you are confused, you don't get to understand that actually they're telling me what I've told them. They will say, amatambo, the bones, they say, and then say what you told them. And then at that time, you believe it. Yes, that's what is happening. Yes, that's what is happening. Yes, that's what is happening. And then they told me that, what, you need to go to the mountain. The lady, she said, she offered that she will take me to the mountain and then go and talk to the elderly, meaning our ancestors. And then, so then I must accept the calling, so then I can start practicing or taking the journey of practicing. Fine. Of which that's exactly what I did. We organized that, okay, I will take the calling, I will answer the calling, I will do what my ancestors are asking me to do, regardless, because right now the situation is bad. Now we go to the mountain. We get to the mountain. It's me and then the lady Wanyanga and my ex. But my ex didn't come up to the mountain. I went to the mountain with the lady. And I remember, I think, with my 2 kids, to appease. They say it's appeasing. To appease with my ancestors that I'm accepting their calling. Now, should they make things easier for my life, as I will have to find a way of making money so then I can continue to do what they asked me to do. Yes, we went to the mountain. There is a money that needs to be paid. My ex paid that money. Now, we are now talking about how it's needed, what it's needed, how I'm going to start in the process of accepting my calling, becoming a trainee, to go to initiation school. Who must initiate me is the same lady. But then I believed in that you know what, if they are truly my ancestors wants me to do this, isn't that I need to appease with them. They say it's appeasing. Now I'm told that every time at certain time I need to uphahla. It's like you're using snake. I'm using snake or something. Yeah, I was using the snake and then talking to them. I will tell them who am I, and then they call them by my name, by their names, those that I know. So yeah, family. Okay, this is my first video that I just started. I'm going to continue to tell my story. I will continue with this story as to my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe